took a trip to North Carolina as a test run for some future motorcycle camping trips I have planned. I loaded the motorcycle in the back of my truck to make the drive up. I camped in Franklin and rode the motorcycle north to Bryson City, met up with a friend, and then we took an 88-mile ride through some winding roads north of Bryson City, where we made our way up to some higher elevations. We then took a gravel road down the other side of the mountain and eventually through Cherokee, North Carolina. On the second day, I took a solo ride up to Clingman's Dome, hiked up to the observation tower, and took some additional video. I tried to capture some of the scenery along the way, but I'll need to work on my motorcycle camera work for future videos. Mount Lynn Lowry, elevation 6240. Checking out the view from up here. This is the view of Yellowface, elevation 6032. And it's about 20 degrees cooler here than it was down in the valley. Just a pretty little stream here. We stopped to take a break. Beautiful here. This is the approach road to my campsite. The camera doesn't show it very well, but it was pretty steep going up these sharp turns. It was a fun little ride. The dirt road up wasn't long, but it was very steep. I walked up it a few times during my stay, and believe me, it was much steeper than it looks on video. And that is where I will pitch my tent. Well, I've done some backpacking, I've done some kayak camping, so now I thought I'd try a little bit of motorcycle camping. So I came up to North Carolina, I brought the motorcycle in the back of the truck, and I found this horse ranch, that just let me pitch a tent out here. And I didn't want to go to the national forest and just park because I was leaving my truck and everything behind. So I wanted a place a little bit safer. So this seemed to be a pretty good match. So I've got the motorcycle and I've got my ebook there on the chair. I'm getting ready for some dinner. And it might rain tonight, so I've got the tarp set up, and inside I've got a bug tent. And it should be comfortable enough. I believe that the rains come, I will be protected. It's on a little bit of a slope, so I might be sliding a little bit tonight. downhill, but I think we'll be okay. And had a great motorcycle ride today up through the mountains. And now it's time to relax and get some reading in. And I've got a little problem with the truck. I'm gonna take it to the shop in the morning, see if we can get that taken care of before I start heading home tomorrow afternoon. So I made the trip up to Clingman's Dome today, one of the highest peaks in the Appalachian Mountains. And you can see from all the fog the reason they call it the Smoky Mountains. About a half mile up to the observation tower, so I'll walk up there and see if we have a view, but I suspect we're going to see a lot of clouds. But it should be a nice walk. It's about 54 degrees, a little bit of a wind, and obviously it's pretty damp. I don't think I'll be working up a sweat today. This is the trail up, and I'm not going to lie, it's a little bit steep. I've seen several people already that didn't make it. They had to turn around. It's not that far, but it's pretty steep, especially for somebody from Florida that's used to the flatlands. So they managed to mark this highest spot on the Appalachian Trail with this concrete monstrosity that doesn't exactly blend with the environment. And here's the view from the tower at Clingman's Dome. That is a southern view. Yeah, can't see much. And back down the hill. So we are right on the border of North Carolina and Tennessee. There's the Appalachian Trail. And if you can read this, it says that at 6,643 feet, Clingman's Dome is the trail's highest point. So there you go. So I've got on a t-shirt, a long sleeve shirt, and my jacket. Obviously I'm wearing the hat. I'm passing people in tank tops and shorts. I guess that's what happens when you're from Florida. So this is where the Appalachian Trail actually crosses the path of the Clingman's Dome. It's only a 2 or 3 minute walk up to the base of the dome. It's kind of hard to imagine on the Appalachian Trail that this is the highest point along the trail when it goes through New Hampshire and Maine and a lot of the mountains up in the northeast. Yet at 6,600 feet, this is the highest point along the trail. So I just came down off of Clingman's Dome Road, which about 8 miles up to get to Clingman's Dome. So the temperature went from 54 degrees to 62 degrees in that time, and obviously the sun's shining a little bit down here. Where I'm standing is kind of a transition zone between hardwood trees and evergreens. So below me in the valley along the river, you'll see some hardwoods, but above me you can see the evergreens up there. So this is just an interesting spot where you can see the transition.